And welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Thank you all for staying here tonight and being curious about this. I'll just give you a little bit of a story. Don't tell the story, but I'm going to tell you the story anyway. I started ESSE many years ago. I was basically a little bit of a bodywork junkie in Access. When I first started Access, I was oftentimes quite sick, and my body wasn't really doing well. And when I started Access, all that started to change. And I literally was doing bodywork every day, bars, whatever I could do for years when I first started out. And pretty quickly, I also started doing audio for Gary and Dane, so I started traveling with them. And one time we were in Australia, and we were driving back to the hotel from the venue in a taxi, and Gary was sitting in front of me, and all I wanted to do was basically put my hands on his shoulders. So I started to work on his shoulders and his neck, and he said, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just touching you." And he said, well, when we got to the hotel, he said, "Hey, can you do more of this? Let's just put up a massage table, you do more of this." I was like, okay. And I had no training in any formal body work at the time. Even to this day, I don't have any formal training. And so, I was a little bit like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. But I just started basically working on his body. And I was using the energy of what I do that I had received from Access, but I was also doing it a little bit in a different way than massage or body work. And so Gary was really enjoying that. So the next day after class, he said, "Hey, can you do this again?" And I said, "Sure." And the next day after class, he said, "Hey, can you do this again?" And I said, "Sure." And Dane said, "What about me?" So it started to become this place where I was working on them pretty regularly. And a couple of years into that, I said, "Hey, should I do some formal training?" And they both yelled at the same time, "No!" Okay. And, and then they said, "You should start teaching classes in this." And I'm like, I don't even know, what am I doing? And that's when Gary said, "Well, you're actually doing the energetic synthesis of structural embodiment." Okay. I think it took me 10 years to even get a glimpse of what that means, to be honest, because that was just a lot of words that I really couldn't define. And that was also the blessing that I couldn't really define it, because I was just being an energy that was apparently changing things. And what Gary has said since is that ESSE dissolves the glue of judgment that gets created in your body. So what we're doing with ESSE is literally just dissolving stuff. And how is that different from running a body process? To me, ESSE is different just because you engage with the molecules in a different way than by running a body process. It's not better or worse, it's just different. And so for me personally, it's really playing with the molecules in a way that is an engagement that I don't have when I run a body process. But like I said, it's neither better nor worse, it's just different. And so what I have noticed too, that when people are coming to class and they're doing the ESSE energy, being the ESSE energy really, whatever they're doing is changing stuff in people's bodies. And it's so amazing now, after years and years of facilitating these classes, that you guys really are just doing it so fast and so wonderfully. And that's really the thing that is so, it's such an enjoyable thing for me, because I honestly, I would have never dreamt of this, and you guys right now, this is the biggest intro ever, so thank you for being here. And I just did what Gary says not to do. This is the biggest intro so far. Okay, good. So how does it get better than this? So basically, I'm just gonna touch someone. And one thing is, when I start, everybody's like, here, me. I'll touch all of you. Don't worry about it. One of the things I had to actually recognize with ESSE is that ESSE is not a long-distance process. So a lot of the body work you can do in Access, you can actually also do from a distance. And of course, you guys know SOP and those energies, you know. ESSE is a hands-on process. So you have to have your hands on to actually run ESSE. But the fun thing is, it works on everybody who's watching. Now, I have no idea how that actually works, but it seems to work. How do I know that? Because I've gotten so much feedback from people that were in pain and they watched an intro and they were out of pain. I'm like, okay, yeah, like, wow. I know, I was like, wow. The first time I had a lady actually that came, that was her first outing after a really bad accident she had, and she had a car accident where she was driving her car, she fell asleep, and her head fell out the window and she hit a post. And the paramedics were right behind her, and that is what saved her life. But she was in the hospital for, I think, 8 months. And when she came to my intro, she couldn't move her head. She was still like, she could only do this. And so she was standing in the back, and I was working on this little boy who had an injury from playing soccer. And after that was done, she turned to her friend and said, that was cool. And her friend was like, do you know what you just did? And she went, oh my God, I turned my head. So she came up to me and she said, look, I don't know what just happened, but can I please come to class? But I don't want anyone to touch me. And, you know, and I said, yeah, just sit there. I don't care. You don't even have to pay. I mean, this is incredible. Just sit there. And she ended up actually being touched. She got over that, and she got touched and everything. And the week after that, she came to Houston to do the ESSE class with horses, and she started riding a horse. So that was pretty cool. But this is not about me. This is really about this energy. And as you all may know, Dr. Andrew Gardella is also an ESSE facilitator. And we do an advanced class, and we're hoping to get more intro-facilitators. There's many well, not many. There's a few intro-facilitators around the world. We would like to make that many intro-facilitators around the world. So yeah, so ESSE is spreading. More and more people are getting introduced to this energy, and so I would like to introduce you to it tonight. Okay? Cool. All right. So do you want to come up? Oh, and now I'm getting hot. It's you. If you could have anything out of this, what would it be?
More of me.
Okay.
And to be present every moment of every moment.
Every moment. Be present in every moment and have more of her. Okay, cool. Are you saying right now is there anything that's going on with your body at all?
Yes.
What is it?
A little, my legs are not doing very well.
Your legs are not doing...
My legs are hurting.
Okay.
And there's some intensity which I'm not being able to figure out what it is.
Okay. How long have you been?
Last 2 to 3 days.
Okay, so it's a recent thing.
It is a recent thing.
Okay. And how does it show up for you? Like when you say there's pain, where's the pain?
The pain is there in my legs.
Okay.
This is kind of pulling me down, which I'm just asking questions. What is it?
Okay, cool.
What can I do with it?
Okay.
And
how can I
they
change
showed
it?
up.
Well, welcome. So
just the thought of it is creating so much of, what should I say, lightness in me.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, just lay down. Can I have a pillow for her knees also? Would somebody throw me a pillow? Just lay down on your back. you. Thank you, Dato. Appreciate that. Is that going to be high enough, or do you want another pillow under your knees? It's okay? All right. Cool. So ESSE is very complicated. You know, all you have to do is, ESSE, run. It's very complicated. So for me, ESSE has, well, first of all, ESSE is slow. So it's not going to be very exciting, you guys, because it's kind of slow. What I do is going to be slow. Why? Because I want to stay really present with every molecule of her body. And if I was to do like this, you know, I would have a hard time staying present with every molecule. I could try really hard, but to me that would not be easy. So for me, there's way more when I am able to engage with the molecules the way that I can do it right now. And I can basically just dive into her body in a different way. So okay. And please, you guys, receive. And just because you're not up here doesn't mean you can't receive. And just because you weren't chosen doesn't mean a thing. So all the emotional povats you have about being chosen or not, we now please revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, destroy, uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. And you guys online, please receive. I've heard many people say that they received online as well, so please receive. You're here. You're not separate. All of our molecules are connected, whether you like it or not. And a lot of you have asked questions about your body the last few days and how can I avoid perceiving? You can't. Might as well give into it. Might as well make it easier. Might as well allow yourself to receive all of it and not try to stop it, even if it's uncomfortable sometimes. So everything that doesn't allow that times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Yes. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. How's that for you? Is that okay? As you can see, it's very exciting. And you guys can ask any questions too, if you have any. Yes, but please, we have one microphone over there just for ease of filming, so just use the one over there, please. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. Thank you for ESSE. What is the difference with horses?
Horses are... It's a good question.
Yep.
When I first started doing this work, I really enjoyed working on Gary and Dane and also on horses and other animals. And what I didn't recognize for a long time was that most people have a point of view about their body that is not necessarily congruent with what their body desires. But a horse's point of view is not different than its body's point of view about what is going on. And Gary and Dane's bodies are more like horse bodies in that sense, that they don't have a discrepancy between what their body desires and what they desire. And when I first started working on other people, I was listening to their bodies. And I got into trouble because I was doing way more than what they were willing to receive. And so they would be like running to Gary, oh my God, I had a session with Suzy and I almost had a heart attack. And Gary's like, hello, what did you do? I don't know, I just did a session on them. Did you ask the being what it could receive? No. So That has changed a lot. I am now willing to actually be aware of that. And that's the difference. You know, so when you work on a horse, you don't have to worry about that because it's just, the horse also, if you touch the horse and it doesn't require that energy with which you're touching it, it will just walk away. It just goes, bye, see you later. What are you doing? Bye. But if the horse's body is enjoying it, then the horse will work with you and it'll like move into you, you know, do whatever it can to receive more, and will also assist you in the session a lot. And they don't have the point of view about, oh, I'm now receiving a session, so I'm going to lay here on the table, and no matter what you do, I'm going to be quiet because you're the guru, and I'm receiving a session. The horse doesn't care. The horse is like, if it doesn't like it, it'll just walk away. So I have learned a lot from horses. They're amazing that way, because they really they don't take it personally, and they don't do anything that they don't wish to do. So everything that brought up. And also everywhere that you have been on a table and not dared to leave, even when your body was screaming, get up and leave. Will you now please destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. And will you please, please, please release everything that your body has been holding on to because of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. Does that hurt?
It's not hurting it.
It's beautiful. She's like, thank you for that. Is there something else you want?
Yes. Thanks for Andrew Gardella. He was going to Russia.
Yes.
And something changed.
Yes, COVID.
Yep, we know. Maybe there is a chance you will come.
Maybe.
I'm inviting you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And Andrew is coming, but we are just talking about dates, so it will happen.
Oh, see, Andrew is going.
He has his visa, so
Oh yeah, he has to go.
yeah, we are
He's
talking
much
about
cuter
it.
than I am, so yes.
No.
Go, Andrew.
That's not. You're different.
I know. I'm kidding. It's all good.
And what about the class that is on horses? We are doing ESSE on horses when we are studying.
Well, so there is a class called ESSE Horse. So this class next weekend, for all of you that are here, we're starting on Friday evening. And then we have a whole full day on Saturday and Sunday for this class here in Mumbai. But if you would rather do a class on horses, it's called ESSE Horse. So this one is ESSE Bodies, and then there's ESSE Horse, which is also a 2-day class plus intro. And actually, Andrew will facilitate one of those in October at the ranch. So if you want to come to the ranch, please do. And then also, Andrew and I facilitate a class together, which is a 4-day class, which is both bodies and horses, called ESSE Extravaganza. And we do usually like at least 2 or 3 a year somewhere in the world. So if that's of interest to you and you want to really get like a big dose of ESSE with horses and people, then that's a great class. The prereq for that is COP, so you are all eligible after this, of course. So, yeah, so, and then, we do also have an ESSE Essence class, which is the next step up, where basically the energy of ESSE gets a little bit more intensified. Yeah, and that's so far only on bodies, so no horses, yeah.
How to become intra-facilitator?
Coming to that class.
Extravaganza, right?
No, ESSE Essence. It's also a 4-day class on bodies only. Prerequisite is one of these classes, and then, yeah.
Thank you so much.
And a 3-day body class, and yeah, COP as well. So, cool. Any other questions? Thank you.
Hi, I'd like to ask you, does this also work with dogs? Because I use the body processes like MTV, ESSE, as well as cellular on my dog, and she's 12 years old, and I've seen that each body process has a very different effect. Like she runs away within 7 to 8 minutes when I do MTV, ESSE.
Yeah.
It has created change in her body, But then there are other body processes like cellular. When I run that, she, like you said, literally moves her body towards me. Yes, 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 do some more of it,
Yes.
do some more of it. So does this contribute similarly when it's done for a dog?
Yeah, so anything that has a body can receive ESSE energy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So really, truly, there's no limitation. I've done it on a fish before.
Wow.
It was in an aquarium, and I was just putting my fingers in there, and the fish swam between my fingers, and then I did ESSE.
I've done the MTV ESSE on fish in the aquarium when COVID happened and they couldn't come home to clean the tank, and I didn't have the things. So they kept telling me they're not going to last for more than 5 days, and the fish made it a month more. But we were in lockdown and it didn't go more. And thank you. I'll be here
Yeah,
Monday.
thank you. Appreciate that.
Suzy, I also heard that there is. I'm here.
There you I was like, wait a minute.
Like, I was talking with people about this class, and there was like kind of a fear about touching people, but without like any kind of medical degree and whatever. Can you talk about that a little bit, and also
Yes.
maybe about prerequisite for ESSE class that you will do here in India?
Yeah. So the prerequisite to come to an ESSE class is foundation, and in terms of like any kind of medical knowledge, you don't require that, because like I said, one thing that we will be talking about is to really go slow. And so, the body will give you feedback. If you're going slow, the body can give you feedback. If I just like push on her body really hard and I don't pay attention, then I could harm her. But even if I apply a lot of pressure, I will know when there's something that changes, because she will either make a sound, or she will start holding her breath, or I will perceive an energy that's changing in her body. And so you all have that capacity. You all know that, because the body will respond basically to your touch. And so you don't have to worry about that. And and when I started working on Gary and Dane, and then they yelled at me like, no, don't do any formal training, they said that because a lot of times what you learn in massage is not necessarily always great information. You will learn some great things, and then there's a few things that you will learn that are limitations, and that are rules and regulations and all kinds of things about bodies that are not true and that are incorrect information. And so in that sense, let's just also do this. So all the knowledge you have about bodies from any lifetime, will you now please allow yourself to access that with ease? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. And then also everything you have done to stop yourself from being the healer you truly be, will you now please revoke, recant, resent, reclaim, denounce, destroy, non-create, all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. And our bodies, all of our bodies, always communicate with each other. Bodies cannot stop to do that. So all of our bodies are connected, and they talk to each other all the time. So this is not something you can really stop. It's just that I do get that we don't have yet a lot of knowledge about all of that, and there's going to be more and more and more, and if you go to any of Dane's classes, it's amazing all the stuff that keeps coming forth about bodies. So please know that, and know also that you guys unlocking things is going to give more and more and more knowledge about what else is possible with bodies. And you asked Gary today about the 9 trannies, and basically he also said, we have to come out of judgment with bodies in order to have all of that. So this could be one step to that too. Can we do ESSE on ourselves? Yes, you can. So basically, Andrew always jokes about that, and he says, well, there's economy class ESSE, and then there's business class ESSE. So, yeah, anyway. When you sit on an airplane and you're bored, so there you go. Yes, please.
Hi, I have a question. Can ESSE work for people who may be low IQ and have other forms of, who are differently abled, maybe struggling with that, maybe blindness, hearing, mute?
If it has a body, You can work on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, honestly, I've heard people do ESSE on plants. So, and that's not technically a body in that same way. And yet, it seems to, you're engaging with molecules, so it doesn't really matter. You could probably even do it on your car if you wanted to, but I haven't tried it. I'm just saying. Anything with molecules. Okay, yes.
Hi, Suzy. I just want to admit, ESSE is hands down literally my favorite go-to process. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad COVID is out so we can actually work on people. 2 years, that was not possible.
Yes.
My question is, how is this different from the energetic manual therapy that was also introduced a couple of years ago or so?
From which one?
EMT?
Oh, EMT. So EMT is a process that Glenna Rice developed. So it has a different energy. And only you will know which one you are preferring or where you want to go. I don't really have a point of view, or I can't really tell you what the difference is because I have only done ESSE. So for me, it's difficult to really give you what the difference is. But I heard some people say that for them, EMT was a little bit more about the technical parts of things. For me, ESSE is an energy. And you do get a manual when you come to an ESSE class, but all the things that are in the manual are stolen from other modalities. So what's in there is not about ESSE. It's about, well, you can touch a body this way or that way. You can pick up a limb this way. You can, access a certain muscle that way. But it has nothing to do with ESSE. ESSE is the energy with which you're touching the body. All the other stuff in the manual is just literally, this is how you can touch the body, but it has nothing to do with ESSE. And so some people that have taken both have given me the feedback that EMT is more about the physical maneuvering. So, but again, please ask your body what it would like to do, and I can't really explain it any better than that.
That was good. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
I'm going to translate for.
Okay, yes.
Hi.
Hi.
My kid is hyperactive. So the issue is he's not able to handle his body. Continuously he's moving around and around. या तो एक साइड से दूसरी साइड सॉरी एक साइड से एक जगह से दूसरी जगह से तीसरी जगह घूमता रहता है या तो बेड पे कूदता रहता है तो इट इज़ दिस थेरापी हेल्पिंग हिम और
Okay, so in a sense, she's saying that he's really very active or hyperactive and is always running around, and she wants to know if this is going to help him.
If this will calm him down.
Calm him down is really what she's
Good
asking.
luck.
So what's he saying? Yeah, it can
Okay,
happen.
can you elaborate? Good luck isn't doing it.
Well, you're having a hyperactive child and you're looking for a solution. Good luck.
It's not.
I'm not looking for the solution, but the thing is, he's a 24/7, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
So
why
run his bars for 5 minutes at a time, if you can. Like
He's
so.
not able to take. He's not able to take a bars also.
Yeah.
So the thing only that he's like lying down, like he's watching TV like a ulta.
Yeah.
His head is down and legs is up.
Yeah. So, I would say the more you can be an allowance of that, and also maybe ask him, hey, what makes you actually slow your energy down or expand? And it's not from the wrongness of it, but really to kind of also, you could even say to him, hey, look, for me, your total activity 24/7, it's a lot. So can we sort of come to an agreement that you give me a few hours of peace and calm? And I know how hard that is for you, but can I get you a treadmill or what can I do, Like, ask, and, like Gary was saying today, please ask your kids questions because they can tell you. And it's the same with an animal. A lot of times, people come and they say, I have a problem with an animal. It's doing this and this and the other thing. And I always say, well, ask the animal what would actually change this. And they're like, well, what? but the animal also knows what will change it, and your kid knows too. So if you actually show your kid, hey, look, I do require some space for me to just have like a moment where I can sit down, and how can you please provide that for me?
So आप उससे और questions पूछिए और आप उनको actually बताइए कि I need little space.
I asked him already so many questions, and his answer is only that I am Avenger, I am Superman. So I can.
Okay, so let him be Superman.
Another thing she had also said was that he has been diagnosed with ADHD.
Okay, yeah. Well, of course. I mean, you know, it's a simple diagnosis, right? When somebody can't sit down, they have ADHD. Okay, well, that's easy. Even I could have said that. I mean, don't believe the doctors, please. You know, kids have incredible abilities, and it's not about curing that. It's about really looking at, okay, so what's possible here? And, you know, Gary and Dane talk about that being the mutation of the species. So how can we be more in allowance of that rather than trying to fix it? And that's the thing with ESSE too. ESSE is not about fixing problems in your body. ESSE is allowing more space in your body, a different possibility for your body, but it's not about fixing things. So, you know, so if you are in allowance, in total allowance of your kid, then there's a different possibility. But if you're trying to calm him down, if you're trying to sit him down, if you're trying to make him stop, you know, what is he going to do? Probably turn it up. Because, you know, that's what all of us do. Tell me to do something, I'll do the opposite, right? Yeah. So
Thank
everything
you
that
so
is times a
much.
gazillion, we destroy non-creatively. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Those are great questions.
Suzy, we have a question online.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hi.
It's you.
Oop. Cuckoo.
Go for it.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi,
Hi.
Suzy.
Hi.
Thank you so much for this class. I'm so excited. I was tired after the whole day, but then the moment I saw the table and I saw you on, my body was just alive.
Cool.
And active. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm so grateful. So my question is about animals, and it's so interesting that this energy is for bodies and animals as well. I love animals, but the problem is I love them from afar. I can receive from them from afar.
What's the
But
problem
if
with
they
that?
start- that they always want to come to me, and I know secretly I have a capacity with animals.
Okay.
But the moment they start coming closer, like a dog, a cat, a lizard, for God's sake, or whatever, if they want to touch me, I start panicking, or whatever that energy that I'm producing. Like, I've been working on this for,
So hang on.
how does it get any better than
So
that,
hang
for
on.
years.
Hang on.
And it changed a lot.
Hang on.
Okay.
So, you know, so truth, is it panic or is it excitement?
Excitement.
Okay. So you just admitted that you had a capacity with animals. So what are you avoiding by retracting away?
What's coming up is their saliva.
Okay. So everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy non-creative, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad,
Yes.
pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. So, and what are you defending with the distance you're keeping to animals?
That I'm right, that I hate animals, that I don't like them.
So everything that is
That
times
they're
a gazillion.
ugly.
It's fine.
Which is not
Everything
true.
that is, will you destroy non-creative, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. And whose point of view is that?
My mother. Everybody, a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot
so
of
everywhere
people.
you bought that, will you please return it all to sender now?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Okay. So how many of you are defending and avoiding animals because you have a capacity? Everything that is times a gazillion, will you please now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. Okay. Go ahead.
How can I'm wondering, or I want to ask a question, like, how can I know this capacity? How can I be this capacity without the other energies? And be able to like open myself to animals and receive them and touch them or allow them to touch me.
Change it. Change
How?
it.
Choose? How?
Just change it. It's just a choice.
Change it.
And it's not yours. You've
Sure.
just said you are excited about seeing animals, you have a capacity with animals, and you just said out loud that this was your mother's point of view. So change it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you a magic wand.
Yes, please, because you're the animal whisperer, right?
Oh my God, the whirligig. The whirligig.
Done.
The magic wand. Now it's
I
done.
receive it.
You finished.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's so
Thank
cool.
you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
what if you just allow yourself to be that energy that you have been avoiding?
I'm asking a stupid question. How? How can I be that? How can I be that? How can I be that?
How do you stand up?
Good question. My body just stands up.
How do you be that energy?
I think I'm being it now.
Okay. That could be
Thank
too
you.
easy. Do you want something more
Very
complicated? You could stand on one leg, wiggle with your tail, stretch your leg
Jump.
out, reach your palm to the ground. Everything that is times a gazillion. Will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yes.
Right,
Thank you.
wrong,
Just
good and
describe
bad,
the
pot and
yoga
pock, all
asana.
nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, for all of you, sometimes it really is that easy. It's just make a different choice. You have been doing something your whole life. It doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. And especially when you recognize that was not really my wisest choice, and it's not even mine, and there's something else available, like what if you actually just chose something different? So everything that doesn't allow that, will you please destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. Yeah, it could really be easy. So
And now I'm really excited for your horse class.
Cool.
I've been avoiding it from the beginning of Access. Like when I first found out about Access, I was like, I'm excited for this course, but of course this is the last Access course that I will do. Talk about that, but now I'm very excited.
Where do you
about
live?
it. Thank you. I choose it. Well, I'm traveling around. Now I'm in Thailand.
Yes, but are you sometimes still in the Middle East somewhere, or?
Yes. Are you coming to the Middle East?
I would like to.
Oh, maybe we could create something.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, horses and deserts and.
Yeah, hello.
That would be cool.
More heat than India?
What else
Bring
is
it on.
Yeah, what else is possible?
Everything that is times a gazillion. Let's destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. Nobody laughed in here, just a few people. All the emotional povats about India and heat, let's destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. Cool.
Thank you so much. So much gratitude.
Thank you. And thank you for your question. And please, please, please start playing with animals, whatever it takes.
Thank you.
Don't deny you from them anymore, please, all of you that have had like some weird stuff going on with animals. It's most likely not yours, but you can also ask how much have you actually changed animals' lives in other lifetimes? And so everything that doesn't allow you to also have that in this lifetime, will you now please revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, destroy, and uncreate it all?
Yes, yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyond. Do you have a question to me?
So when you started the process on ma'am there, I definitely sensed something in my leg.
Can you speak louder, please?
Sure, sorry. So when you said just be open to receiving, I said, okay, must be something. And suddenly there was like nerves opening, and I could actually sense it from the left to the right as you moved from her left to her right. And the same shift took place. So I really don't know how that works. But do you really have to have a problem to experience this? But you just take it like you run bars? Like, do you really run ESSE for like pain, or can you just do it because you want to experience a shift?
No, I mean, I love receiving ESSE sessions if I have nothing going on at all. Like,
okay.
I mean, you can, it's like, you could also just have a massage for pleasure of just having a massage, and you could do the same with ESSE as well. You don't have to have something wrong to have an ESSE session. Please don't create that.
No, not creating it, but just a doubt, because when you started, you did ask her a few questions that just came up.
Yeah, because I just wanted to see if there was something also in her body that maybe she would like me to address.
Great, great. And the next one was, like, we have a few do's and don'ts when we run bars, which are just very, very few.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like that even when you run ESSE on somebody?
The only thing for me, again, is to go slow.
Okay.
That would be my only quote-unquote rule for ESSE, is just to go slow and allow the body to give you feedback is all.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Cool. And we had another online question, or no? He went away?
He's like, oh no.
Oh, no.
Magic one, I will not.
No, we'll not ask anymore. Okay, cool.
Well, he's back.
Oh, he's back. Okay. All right.
Go for it.
Hi, Suzy.
Hi.
I missed the intro a little bit. Is it correct that so ESSE dissolves the judgments that we have?
No,
We've
it
locked in?
No, it dissolves the glue of judgment. So the thing is, when you judge anything in your body, in general, like if you judge your body, what does your body do when you judge it? Does it expand and be joyful, or does it contract? Yeah. So when you contract, anytime you contract and you pull your energy in, also it's like literally your muscles will contract, even if it's on a molecular level, like you just start to compress yourself. And when you do that, your body structure also starts to compress. And so that creates a kind of glue, you know, because your body then sometimes doesn't even have the space anymore to expand, because you have compressed it so much that it just becomes smaller and smaller, which also like sometimes can be why some people that are older are moving in a different way. You know, they're moving more rigidly. Why? Because they've been projecting the judgments for a long time, or they have been receiving judgments projected at them for a long time, and. So ESSE can dissolve that glue. So basically your body can have the space again to move. So you might really experience some more freedom in your entire structure and also in your embodiment. And that's the part that I had to kind of grow into in a way. Energetically, I think I knew that, but I had to kind of get that also on a cognitive level, and that took quite a few years for me to really get. And that was that when you are embodying this reality, you buy a lot of shit that comes around with that, you know? And the more you're willing to actually step out of that, the more also your body has the space to come along for the ride. And this can assist your body.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say like we buy things like we judge our bodies from like comparison to what we see, or
you know,
so
like
we
take
lock
some
that
simple
judgment.
take some simple things. So what happens when you turn 50? What's the typical projection about
your hair or whatever,
your eyesight,
right.
blah blah blah?
Yeah.
What happens when
Yeah.
you're 60? Okay, what happens when you're 70? What happens when you're
Okay.
80? So it's like you get a lot of projections that way alone, just from aging. Oh, what's your birthday? How old are you? How often do people ask that question to basically judge you so they can put you in a category? Oh, you're 50. Okay, fine. This is what happens to, oh, wait, this is going to happen soon. You know, soon you're going to have this issue. Or wait till you get older. Oh my God, how often have you heard that as a kid? Wait till you get older. Why? Everything that is time, and everything you're doing right now to wait till you get older to have these problems that your parents have been projecting at you and cursing you with, will you now please destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds.
So whilst you're running, because I perceived it as soon as I sat down and started listening to you, so that energy, even if I'm online, I'm still receiving that energy that you're. Wow, that's so cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's up to you if you receive it or not, but you can. Oh God, you guys are so fried. All right, everybody's like, what did she say? I don't know, but cool.
Suzy, actually, one question.
Yes, hi.
Is this class going to be online?
Is what?
Is this ESSE online?
No, it's not an online class. This is still a hands-on class, so no, ESSE, only the ESSE intro will ever be online, but there isn't ever an ESSE class online, because you actually have to come and touch each other. So, sorry. It's like a body class. You can't do that online either. So.
And one more question, like, will you become a practitioner? So what you will be able to do after that class?
Yeah, so after the regular ESSE class, you can call yourself an ESSE practitioner. And you can actually even get that as an abbreviation in your Access profile if you choose. It's called SEP. And you can do sessions basically offering ESSE. And you can charge whatever you like. And you can also add it to anything else you're doing, like a massage, or if you're doing other type of body stuff with people as clients, you can add it to that. So whatever you choose, really, with that. So as an ESSE practitioner, you can play with that energy with anybody on a one-on-one. You just can't do intros. Otherwise, you're going to get slapped by Pam and me. You are really fried. I'm not even getting smiles anymore. Everybody's like, she's serious? What is she talking about?
Hey, Suzy.
Hi.
So I'm an SCP. I got to get to the class with Andrew when he had come to Bombay. What next?
What next?
In the sense you were speaking about there's something more after doing the practitioners. What is the next thing that you can do to work with bodies with ESSE?
Well, you can come to the ESSE Essence class, and then you can become an intra-facilitator. So you can do what I'm doing right now. Okay. Yeah. And then in terms of becoming an ESSE facilitator, that is something where Gary said, look, you can't take classes to be that energy. So we have to wait and see who is going to pop. We're still waiting.
Thank you.
For more people to pop.
Hello.
Hi.
Does this work for any blood disorders?
What kind of disorders?
Blood.
Blood disorders? Ask the body.
Okay.
Ask the body if that energy would work for that.
Arthritis?
Ask the body.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And it's for each and every individual body. Sometimes ESSE might be a contribution to someone for something like that, and to another person it's not. So please don't come to conclusions. This is not about having an answer to something that's going on in the body. This is really about just another tool you can have in your toolbox. So if this tool is speaking to you, then that's one thing, but it's not an answer to issues around body stuff. It still is the question, like, please ask the body, what is it that you would like to receive from this? So, yeah.
Hey, hi Suzy.
Hi.
Thanks a lot. I have two tortoise, Indian star tortoise. Love you and thank you. So from their behalf, till I learn from you, I will run AC on them. I hope it will run on them, even if I say AC run.
Yes.
So thanks a lot. I just wanted to say thanks because they are really like, I like dogs, I like animals and plants as well. So this is something really great and thank you once again.
Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, don't let the shell or anything stop you, because I have worked on horses' hoofs where I literally had the sense that the hoof was melting. And so, you know, you can also change something structurally that is hard, like a shell. And if the body wants to receive some change, it will. So don't let that stop you. Or you don't have to try and get inside the shell. You know, you can just see what speaks to you. Let the body talk.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cool. How are you doing? Very well, she says. Okay. Did I kill you? All right.
So amazing.
She says it's so amazing. I'm going to hold a microphone in your face. You okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'd just like to say that Suzy said something that she said something to the effect that we don't fix things. You said something like that? But the ease it has created in my body. I was in a lot of pain. I didn't say so that it was a lot of pain, but I am feeling absolutely wonderful. You must have sensed it. She was working more on my left leg, though it was the right leg that was hurting. I did not say anything, but every molecule in my body was responding to it. I mean, it was magical for me. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I really don't know what to say. It was amazing.
Cool. All right, we have one more person online here, and then we have one more person here too. Okay?
Go for it, Preeti.
Hi.
One second. Yeah. Hi. Hi. This is in continuation to the discussion that you were having about when we turn 50 and the projections and the judgments that we hear and we buy into it. Similarly, when we women go through menopause, there is so much of change in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you go to the doctor, they say, no, this is to be expected, this is to be expected. So
Yes.
does ESSE also help with the transition of the body?
Ask the body.
In that phase?
Yeah, ask the body. Like I said before, so ESSE can undo the glue of judgment, and it can give your body more space. And space is always a contribution, no matter what, So you can work with ESSE on any body, literally. And if it's assisting you with those symptoms, great. But if you have a point of view about that ESSE will fix it, it may not work. But that may be true for anything really that you're doing. So just ask the body, so what would be your contribution here? And then follow that energy, because honestly, there is no rule here, and you can't have an idea about an outcome that you are trying to create, because that won't work.
Got it. Thank you.
And thank you for asking. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Hi, Suzy.
Hi.
Yeah. Actually, I'm really interested in knowing some more information for Talk to the Animals, and whether you would be having it in Mumbai in person.
we're switching hats now, Essie, to talk to the animals. I have an online class coming up in July, so if you guys want to join there, it's actually, if you check out that little stand there, it tells you. And it's a 5-day class online, and it starts at 5:30 in the morning, your time here. So it's not bad. It's 3 hours every day for 5 days in a row. So if you want to join, it's so much fun. The online class is really a lot of fun because you get to have your own animal. And we'll have the camera on your animal, and then basically you get to play with that, and we run sessions on each other's animals, and it's really fun.
Okay, so it's basically running sessions on the animals. Or what else would it
No, this is
cover?
not ESSE. Talk to the Animals is a class that is basically about using the Access tools to have more ease communicating with animals.
For communication.
Yeah, so it's like the Talk to the Animals book on steroids.
Okay, and this will only be an online course.
Say what?
This will be only online. There is no option of.
No, there is usually, before COVID, there were lots of classes we did. I know that Emma in Japan is doing her first in-person class of that again.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, there will be more of that coming, but right now it's also done online. But hey, the online class is not any worse because for the live class, you can't bring your own animal. For the online class, you can. So there is that. And the animals, I swear to God, they will come in front of the camera and they'll be like, okay, me now, me now, me now. I'm next, Or, I mean, there's just incredible stuff that can occur that wouldn't occur in a live class. For example, I had this lady who was really kind of breaking down, saying that she was having a hard time because she felt like she had no support in her life and that nobody was having her back. And
I'm sorry, guys, if you're talking, can you just go out from the venue because it's so loud here?
So basically, it was really cool because I could see behind her. She couldn't because she was sitting in front of her computer, in front of her camera, so she didn't see what was going on behind her. But as she was saying, she had no support in her life and nobody had her back. Her dog was getting up and walking towards her and put his paws on her back. And so that was incredible, and that would have never happened in a live class. So please don't underestimate this. Online stuff is very potent, and there's things also that can occur that wouldn't show up in another way. So,
thank you, Suzy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cool. I want to wrap this up soon, but please, yes.
Just one last question.
Yes. Well, there's somebody behind you, so maybe one more last question after that.
Yeah. So.
But you have to talk into the mic because I can't hear you. Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Much
Thank you.
better. Thank you.
So I am a body process and a bars practitioner. So I had this question that, especially the process DMMD, that's also supposed to do with molecules, right? Because at the end of the day, yeah.
Everything deals with molecules.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in that case, again, maybe it's a repetition of the same question. Then what is the difference between ESSE and the body processes?
No, it is a great question, and I get that question a lot. And to me, it's almost like if once you start using those energies, you can answer that for yourself, because for everyone, it's also a different way of engaging. But to me, the engagement with the molecules is different because I'm asking the molecules to come and meet me and play with me in a different way. If I run a body process, I'm asking an energy to run. And it sort of has a different quality to it. And not quality one is like, again, please, it's not about judging it. It's more about just recognizing there's a difference.
It's one more tool, like you said, in your own toolbox.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say one thing that, like,
Yeah, you are again.
Still, we are talking. It was like already the guy with 2 dogs came here 3 times already. So, like, animals, you can actually ask your animal to create money for this class if it's the issue. I mean, like, animals really would love you to know more and to communicate with you in a different level. And even Suzy asked me about my dog once, and this question changed my whole relationship with her, because I'm traveling a lot and I'm the single mom. And I was asking Suzy, like, oh my God, my dog is so like upset that I'm traveling a lot. And you said to me, yeah, but she don't have point of view, you have. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. So it's actually, I was making this problem, and I was kind of making this problem about her, but it was about me, so thank you.
Yeah, cool. No, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, hi. So I have two questions. One is that can you do ESE on yourself? Can you run it on yourself?
Yes.
Once you learn it?
Yeah.
Okay, and the other thing, I would love to do your animal class, but I don't have any animal.
Yeah, many people do that. And they say their relationship to their husbands improve.
All right, then I'm in for sure. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here tonight.
So Suzy has her ESSE class coming up this Friday. Friday is the intro, and then Saturday, Sunday we've got the full class. It's right here in Bombay. It's at the club in Andheri. Please come. You can come talk to me, Dattu, Charu, Rashmi, also the Pillays, Swami and Mansi. There's also like a poster like this, a standee, which has a QR code, so you can scan it and come. Alright, awesome. And we've got Dr. The Animals with her, like she said, July 6th to 11th. So she's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd just like to acknowledge something to you.
Okay.
For the last 3 days and a little longer, I've had a pain in my arm which would refuse to go away. And for many months,
Can
I've
you
had
talk
a
to the
pain-
mic, please?
Sorry.
We cannot hear you.
I said that for the last 3 days, I had a pain in my right arm which refused to go away no matter what kind of process I ran. And I had something in my left foot which wouldn't go away. But just by sitting here, it's gone.
Awesome.
So I'd just like to acknowledge it. Thank you.
you.
Thank you for this.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all again for having me. I am so grateful to be here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Translators, please stop your recordings.
Recordings.